Delilah fell to the assassin dart. Her magic was lost. Then I heard her whispering from the void, leading me to the Duke, who heard those same whispers.
There is only one true Empress in my heart, and her name is Delilah.
I'm here to relieve you of your crown. Your rightful Empress has returned. They took what was mine.
All hail the Empress Delilah!
No!
I'm a friend of your father's from the bad old days.
Get out of Dunwall. I will cast you in cold marble. What do I have to do to help my father? What do I have to become? It's time to pay for your crimes.
This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended.
I will honor you, always. If old Samuel could see me now.
Are you clever enough to do it without spilling a river of blood?
Why do we celebrate the anniversary of an assassination? 15 years ago, in the middle of a plague that nearly destroyed Dunwall, a paid killer assaulted the palace where I was born and stabbed my mother in the heart. In the aftermath, the men who sent the assassin tried to use me as a pawn in a game of power. They would have succeeded, but my father, Corvo, hunted them down and cut their conspiracy to pieces. All these years later, am I the ruler my mother wanted me to be? Now, we face a new crisis. A monster the papers are calling the Crown Killer has been picking off my enemies and dressing it up like my father and I are responsible. I don't know whether to get on a ship and sail to the opposite side of the world, or to have everyone around me executed.
Watch your step, Majesty.
I'm not looking forward to all the ceremony today.
Your signet ring. There. You're ready.
Thank you, Alexei. Open the doors.
All hail Her Imperial Majesty, Emily Caldwin.
Loyal subjects, we're going through a difficult time, but today we honor my mother, the late Jessamine Caldwin. May her memory survive through the ages.
Emily.
You look tired, Father.
Every year, I think the anniversary of Jessamine's death will be easier, but it never is.
I wish Mother was still the Empress. I don't think I'm very good at this.
You're still learning. Don't worry about the rabble-rousers, and we'll catch the Crown Killer, eventually.
People are saying it's you. That these assassinations are a misguided effort to protect me.
No, someone's trying to make us look guilty by targeting your enemies.
I wish I could just run away from all this.
Sometimes you do. You think I don't know about your nights out on the rooftops? Courage. The ceremony will be over soon.
Royal Protector and Father. I should have passed a law against that combination of titles years ago.
Your Majesty, before we begin the day's observances, we have an unexpected visitor, the Duke of Serkonos.
Ramsay says the Duke is bringing special gifts.
That's intriguing.
His Grace Luca Abel, Duke of Serkonos!
Mechanical soldiers? Amazing.
What is this, Ramsay? I didn't authorize those things.
Your Imperial Majesty, Majesty and Royal Protector Corvo, a native of our homeland. Sustenance offers condolences on this sorrowful day, and gifts to remind you of our nation, the rising star on the southern horizon.
We thank you, Your Grace.
Save your thanks. For now, I give you the greatest gift of all, family. I present the lost sister of Jessamine Caldwin, your rightful Empress, Delilah Caldwin.
Impossible.
My mother had a sister?
My dearest niece, hello.
It's not true.
My father was Emperor Euhorn Jacob Caldwin, and Jessamine was my younger sister. At the time of her death, I wasn't ready to make myself known to you, and I was forced to leave Dunwall. But now I'm home.
If you really are my mother's sister, you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
Little sparrow, blackened by bad memories, I'm here to relieve you of your crown. My father's promise, whispered in secret so many years ago, is now fulfilled.
Watch your tongue. Emily Caldwin is the daughter of Empress Jessamine Caldwin.
Royal Protector. How naive to think you could get away with these murders. Living in my palace has protected you, but that's over. Hear me, all of you. Your rightful Empress has returned.
All hail the Empress Delilah, first of her name. Arrest Emily Caldwin and her father for the Crown Killer murder.
What?
Your sword can't still my heart. You in cold marble. No! Sweet girl, over time you'll come to love me. Perhaps someday you'll see me as the mother you lost. But until then, you'll be kept out of trouble.
I'll lock Lady Emily in her chambers, then I'll bring her to Cold's prison until her trial. My father lost it all when I was a boy, so now I wear this uniform, and I send 20-year-olds out to patrol the rose gardens instead of drinking with the men from the shooting club.
Captain Ramsey, I heard shouting. Lady Emily, what happened?
It'll be all Captain Mayhew.
No!
That's the Royal Protector's fancy weapon. What kind of sword folds in half? There's a legend in the Tower Guard about the Empress's last resort, a safe room inside your chambers holding enough gold to buy a good-sized island. They say that this ring is one of the only 2 keys to exist.
What happened? Alexei. The throne room. Father!
Sir, how long is it going to take, Captain Ramsey?
Hold your horses, Corporal. Dial.
These bastards are working with Ramsey and the Duke of Sustenance.
He's old blood. One of the good families. And now that he's helped the rightful Empress take the throne, Ramsey.
How many times have I looked at that skyline? It feels like everything just changed. Delilah is some sort of witch. How is this possible?
I was worried. Where's the Royal Protector?
There's a coup underway. My father is... he's imprisoned, for lack of a better word.
You've got to get out of the tower. Through your safe room. There was a captain earlier today, down at the docks, looking for the Royal Protector. Find her. Get out of Dunwall.
Alexei, I'm sorry. Goodbye. I need my signet ring.
Stocking with that leg, that's worse than nothing.
Traitors.
With the throne room blocked off, we should have the time we need. Just stay here and stall anyone who comes by. I'll be back when I've searched the royal chambers, assuming I don't accidentally lock myself in this damn safe room.
We'll cover for you if anyone from the Duke's party returns. This is exciting. Everything's changing.
Yes, the natural order is reasserting itself. The Ramseys once hosted the King and Queen of Morley. Did you know that? I spent my childhood playing with the Buntings and the Boyles, the cream of society.
And very soon you'll be back at the top, Captain.
Ramsay's family fell from the aristocracy, and apparently the man holds a grudge. How it's my fault, that's beyond me. But one way or another, Ramsay is too dangerous to be left in play.
I can just go yes.
Traitor. That was for my father. This won't leave my hand again. Anton Sokolov made this lock. I spent so many nights in here after the rat plague. The reserves won't help against Delilah, even if I had a way to carry it all out of here. I have a feeling I'll need these. Until I understand this, I have to go into hiding. I should make my way to the docks. I've got to get out of Dunwall. I've got to get away. I should talk to the captain of that ship. What do I have to do to help my father? What do I have to become?
Listen up, I have bad news. Ramsay's dead. Corporal Moore checked the royal quarters, and Emily Caldwin has apparently fled the scene. We've got to find her. That's it, you've got your orders. Spread out and find the fugitive. We're in this with the Duke of Circano, sink or swim. There's no way to turn back now.
Attention all citizens. Today on this sad anniversary, we mourn the tragic slay of our beloved Empress Jessamine.
Traitorous dog.
The former Empress, Emily Caldwin, has been accused of high crimes against the state. Anyone caught harboring her is equally guilty of...
Attention Dunwall citizens.
As of today, Delilah Caldwin is our new Empress. All hail Delilah, first of her name. Further, the former Empress, Emily Caldwin, is now wanted for treason. Any of you found harboring Emily Caldwin will be fined and arrested.
Huh?
People of Dunwall, stay in your homes. You're advised to stay indoors during this time of unrest.
Put in a request for new boots. What I get? A sock. One useless sock.
Special edition. Empress Delilah Caldwin, rightful heir to the throne, has taken power in Dunwall. The usurper, Emily Atano, and the murderous royal protector have been arrested.
Get out of here.
You have until tomorrow to print it.
I never should have listened to your rubbish.
Don't make a pig's ear of this, printer. I'm the one who gave you the scoop on the crown killer.
Half of which couldn't be verified. I must have been rat-ass out of my mind to use that name. There's no proof that the murderer has any connection to the crown.
Well, it made a good story. Served a purpose.
Whatever's going on, this coup, it won't last. The people of Bristol are loyal to the Empress, and I'm gonna publish an essay every day for a month to make sure they remember it.
The people of Bristol have a new Empress. And in the morning, they'll have to find a new printer, too.
Only adults would threaten the man who runs a newspaper.
Time to put you out of business, printer.
Help!
You're not fit for the watch uniform.
Citizens of Dunwall, listen up. For the sake of your family,
The city is crawling with the Duke's men.
and Corvo Atano. The road is blocked by order of the City Watch.
Locked? What am I supposed to do now?
Not my concern, citizen. I'd advise you to return to your home.
If I can't get through, that's it for my shop. The entire month will be ruined.
Trust me, you don't want to be out on the streets right now. Move along.
People of Dunwall, aiding a fugitive is now punishable by death. Aid the City Watch in this time of transition.
Lady, you want to hear what I've got to say. I guarantee it. Lady Emily, you won't get far with that face. Stamped on half the coins in the city.
There's a coup underway, and I'm being blamed for the Crown Killer murders. I don't care what my face looks like.
My name's Megan Foster. I work with an old ally of yours, Anton Sokolov. We learned something scary down in the south, and I came to warn you.
I know, Anton, but Corvo's gone. The Duke of Serkonos is here with a woman named Delilah. They massacred everyone in the throne room. Then she did something I can't explain. There was nothing to do but run.
Sometimes that's all you can do. This is my ship, the Dreadful Whale. We can head out as soon as you're ready.
I need to get to Karnaca where the Crown Killer murders started. Delilah must have been down there for a while, and I've got to figure out what's going on.
You're Corvo's daughter. I'll give you that. Should we go?
Yes, I'm ready. Am I still aboard Megan's ship? Feels odd. What is this place? Where am I? I can feel something moving closer. Watching.
Empress Emily Caldwin. I am a friend of your father's from the bad old days. I never expected us to meet. I watched your mother die at the hands of schemers who wanted your little empire. Then you were rescued by a man in a strange mask. I thought that was the end of the excitement. But someone yanked the rug from under your feet. You've lost your throne and your father. And I promise, Delilah won't just give them back. So, what are you prepared to do about it? Your Imperial Majesty? And are you clever enough to do it without spilling a river of blood? I asked Corvo those questions 15 years ago. This is the moment that changed him. Now it's your turn.
It burns from the inside. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of something. All the stories, they're true. Corvo mentioned being here once.
I know you. Do you remember? It's been so long, and you've been through so much. Even as an echo of myself, it's good to know you're there.
Mother? You're here, but you're not here. In my hand, but somewhere else.
Only the last of my essence, with you for a while. If only I could reach across this great expanse and take you into my arms. But I have this to offer. My gift and my curse. Summon me to your hand, and I will guide you when I can.
When I was 10 years old, bored with my lessons, I dreamed about sword fighting and sailing the ocean. Now I'm realizing that the world is stranger than I ever imagined. Everything I know has been turned on its head, but I'm dealing with it the best I can. When you look at the great jeweled map at Dunwall Tower, Karnaca is the southernmost port in the Empire. A fat, red ruby. That's how I always thought of it. Up close, the city smells like the ocean and strange spices. Up close, it's a tangled story of blood and ambition. The birthplace of my father. Megan Foster is a stranger, but there's something that makes me want to trust her, despite her guarded disposition. She got me out of Dunwall, and I need answers. Delilah and the Duke made me look like a murderer, using the Crown Killer to butcher my political adversaries. They took what was mine, and I'm gonna get it back.
Must be cursed. Daft. You're up. What?
All right, you've explained part of it. But what were you and Sokolov doing here?
The old man loved Karnaca, but he'd caught wind of a conspiracy tied to the Crown Killer. He wanted to warn Corvo.
There were reports about tensions rising, corruption, street violence. I didn't give it much mind. Usually the local authorities resolve that sort of thing.
The new Duke has let things slide. But Sokolov concluded he might be the head of the conspiracy. He came in looking shocked, and if you've heard his after-dinner stories, you know that's unusual. We were going to set out for Dunwall, but something happened.
The Crown Killer.
Yes, the hatch ripped open and Sokolov screamed. All I caught was a glimpse of someone carrying him across the deck. I followed as long as I could, toward Addermeyer Institute. It's run by the alchemist Hypatia. Maybe the Duke is using a patient of hers, the Crown Killer.
Addermeyer. All right. I'll get inside. The Crown Killer has to be eliminated, and if the alchemist will cooperate, maybe I can learn something about what happened to Sokolov. Wish me luck.
If you need my luck, Sokolov's as good as dead. When you get done at the Institute, disable the watchtower. Once it's down, I'll bring the boat around. We'll take the skiff to the shore when you're ready. Ready for me to drop you at the docks?
Let's go see the streets where my father grew up.
Off we go then.
It won't do to be recognized.
I'd take you to Addermeyer by boat, but security's too tight. The Grand Guard have a watchtower there. Go inland and use the carriage station. Before his death, the old Duke of Serkonos spent decades building up Karnaca. After Duke Luca Abel took over, he started draining the wealth out of the city as fast as he could. Orgies and week-long feasts.
Having more fun here than we were in Dunwall, it seems.
Watch yourself on the way to Addermeyer. The Duke's given the Grand Guard run of the city. Strangers get attacked on sight.
I'll keep my head down.
This is a good spot. Reach Addermeyer, take out the Crown Killer, and find out where Sokolov was taken. The alchemist, Hypatia. She'll help if she can. Sokolov likes her.
I'll see you later at Addermeyer. Just wait to bring up the boat until after I've disabled the watchtower.
Welcome to Karnaca,
What ship
stranger.
is that out there?
Ooh, somebody's packing.
Hello there. No. First I'll yell.
Fellow Serkonans, in the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement. New restrictions are now in place due to the political assassination.
Don't be greedy, friend. Oh, you're kind. Thank you. See you sometime.
The Grand Serkonan Guard will be stopping in.
Hey, come here. I have something that might interest you. My name's Mindy Blanchard, and you look like someone who goes into places where you don't belong. Want to help me with something? You scratch my ass, I'll scratch yours.
I need to get to Addermeyer Institute. Can you help me with that?
Yeah, I know how to do that. You go get a body for me, and I'll help you with your problem. Don't worry, he's already dead.
A body? That's odd. From where?
The overseers are holding him at their outpost. They think he was a kind of a witch. I want the body for reasons of my own. Sneak in and take it, then meet me in the old basement below the dentist office near there.
I'll think about it.
Are we gonna let a few blood? What's all the fuss? Or whatever it is, I got more.
Everyone is looking for me. It might pay to be discreet.
I warned you. Please, you gave me no choice.
You won't get away! No, you come back here!
Smell the stench of the void.
There is something perverse in this place. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions. So the other, dig deep, brother. Remember that the profane seeks to hide itself.
Move along. We're conducting a search for heretical artifacts.
What? Here?
You're not the mind.
Listen, I only need
This
to...
area is restricted on the authority of the Abbey. No one is allowed inside.
Witchery and black
I'm getting
heresy.
tired of the sound of my own voice. It's like I'm talking to a stone wall for all to listen.
Beware it for the agents of the outsider. Heed my words and save your... There is a tale, a decade and a half old. A tale most often shared from overseer to overseer. Apart from the flock entrusted to our care. Apart
This
from those who
heretic's
give
body is important. Even though I
That's
don't fully
it.
understand.
The body Mindy sent me after.
When should Byrne arrive?
He's engaged currently. He'll send someone else. Maybe Overseer Karnaca. Until then, we stay where we are.
Will the heretic's corpse attract blood flies, brother?
No, I've dusted it already.
Most high within the Abbey, who was banished during the
Anyone who shows up here has ill will at heart.
His name.
There are no coincidences.
Come on. Hurry up. Hey, you got him. Put it down in the hole. Good job. Take this.
I won't ask you why you needed that. So how do I get to Addermire?
I just sent one of my boys to turn off the power to the carriage rails. When the juice is off, you can walk along the rails and get where you need to go. On the other side, there's a station that will take you to Addermire.
Better than nothing. Thanks for your help. Addermire Station. This should take me out to the Institute.
Looks like they're doing maintenance on the carriage relay again. Should we check it out?
Nah. Just making sure it's still in order, I guess. Nobody comes around anymore. But you never know who's gonna send something.
Some of the men are asking about the situation. We've got 2 squads assigned to Addermire.
You've been working here for months. You know Dr. Hypatia's office is off limits to you.
I'm begging you. It would only take a few hours for Dr. Hypatia to see them. My 7-year-old broke her leg carrying water down to the miners. And my 3-year-old has been coughing dust for weeks. His skin is so pale, he's gray. I could bring them here.
I am very sorry, but there's nothing I can do. Dr. Hypatia doesn't accept patients anymore, and the Institute is under the Grand Guard Authority. Apparently, you can't be trusted to do your job without creating problems.
Please, I can't lose another child. Where is Dr. Hypatia?
Lock her up until further notice.
What? No! My children need me! What's going on? You saw something.
Did you hear that?
Something wrong?
Let's have a look.
You all right?
He stays where we want. My patient never leaves.
Who opened this door? Maybe the wind or something.
Nothing then.
It's infested.
Are you a patient of mine? I'm sorry. I should know that.
I'm here to ask you about something.
Do you cover your face because you were hurt? The afflictions we treat here are more common than anyone likes to admit.
I'm not here for treatment. I'm looking for Anton Sokolov.
Sokolov? Yes, he was here for a short time, but she took him away to see Kirin Jindosh. Do you hear something?
What about the Crown Killer? The patient of yours?
The Crown Killer? That name came from the newspapers. I'm afraid I don't... Oh yes, the murders. I was in Dunwall, studying diseases found among whaling crews. Wait, did someone just call me? I've been forgetting things. The Crown Killer is an interesting case. I feel almost sure I could help with that. It's just, I used to do such good work, and now my memory is failing me. Who is that calling me? Excuse me.
Are you all right?
Dr. Hypatia did this. She's the Crown Killer. But she's not herself. She developed a serum trying to help the miners. The first version caused horrible changes to her mind. It's too late for me, but maybe you can still save her. She's a good person.
What can I do?
In my safe, in disease treatment, you'll figure out how to make the counter serum help her. The safe code is 551.
I've always wondered what your flesh tastes like, my dear assistant.
She's gone. What happened?
anyone caught taking
In there?
medicinal supplies
How is he?
written up and fined.
He's losing it. Blowing nonsense for hours.
Could you understand any of it?
Something about being attacked by a monster one night. Some beast that wanted to scoop the brains out of his skull.
I see. Keep this to yourself, will you? No need to spread silly rumors.
Of course, ma'am.
Let's find out if I can make him see reason.
Why won't you believe me? Dr. Hypatia, she believes me. She knows something's not right in Adamire.
He tried to strangle me. I had no choice. Blood fly fever, I guess. Poor guy.
Maybe I should just work a double shift. I don't have to listen to him tell me about how good. Terrible. Duke's father.
I just have to finish my shift, and I can go home.
Hopefully it's inside. Her assistant's book. I hope this works. For her sake, I hope this works.
What's this then? You're dead. What do I smell here? River mud, northern. No, no, no! Not back to sleep! I won't go. I won't give it back!
Dr. Hypatia?
Yes. I'm sorry. Something's not right with me. Maybe I contracted something working with infectious samples.
No. Someone was poisoning you. But you should be better now. I found some alchemical notes and made a counter serum.
Poisoning me?
Don't worry. I'm gonna take care of it. If you need a place to lay low for a few days, come find us. I'm staying with an ally on a boat called the Dreadful Whale.
You did well finding Anton Sokolov, my friend.
The old man is with Kirin Jindosh, who is prying him apart, digging out all his secrets, adding Sokolov's knowledge to his own. Who knows what wonders of natural philosophy Jindosh will reveal in future days. But it's time for you to come out once again.
Once that watchtower is down, Megan can pick me up.
We finished. The Grand Guard could come at any time. Can we leave this place yet? I don't like it. Ready now?
Yes. Let's get back to the ship.
Did you find Sokolov?
No. But Hypatia was the crown killer.
What? I don't believe you.
The Duke tricked her into injecting herself with a flawed version of her serum. It changed her, but there was an antidote, so she's alive. If she remembers the murders, she'll have to deal with that.
What about Sokolov?
They gave him to a man named Kirin Jindosh. Do you know him?
Everybody knows him. The grand inventor of Serkonos.
Then he's next. Let's hope Anton's all right. In his day, Sokolov was Dunwall's genius. He transformed our city with his inventions. Electricity for the factories and carriages racing along above the streets. As I grew up, his buzzing and glowing devices kept me safe. His stories always made me giggle, and his outrageous conversations shocked aristocrats and overseers alike. Now, all these years later, Kirin Jindosh is Karnaca's genius. A mad inventor who has given the Duke sinister machines that move like people but aren't. Clockwork soldiers that fight and kill. I've got to find out where Sokolov's being held and bring the old man back alive. Rescue one genius and cage the other before he creates an army of clockwork soldiers.
She's a lot tougher than I expected. Very capable. You might want to talk to Hypatia before we head out. She's taken one of the rooms. Just for a while, I think. Needed to be away from Admire.
The dreams were Oh, you're here.
Dr. Hypatia, can you remember anything that might help me? I need to find Anton Sokolov. He could be the key to unraveling the Duke's plans.
My memories are disjointed. The Duke is close to his grand inventor, Kirin Jindosh. But that man has the empathy of a mantis. He seems to both admire and despise Sokolov. We visited Aramis Stilton. I liked him. But something bad happened. Just snatches of memory. Sorry.
You should rest easy for a while. Maybe some of that will help.
I hope so. I'm not sure I even fully understand what you did for me, but I owe you for helping me at Admire. Thank you. Take as many of those as you want.
Megan must be up on deck. Ramsey and the Crown Killer. 2 pieces of the puzzle. More to go. I don't know Duke Luca Abel, but Corvo served under Luca's father and said Theodanis was a good man. Delilah. My aunt, if that's really true. She has a twisted way of looking at the world. We'll find you, Anton. I wonder how recently this silvergraph image of Jindosh was made.
Let's hope your friend doesn't sink the boat while we're gone. Ready?
I am.
All right, let's get underway. Jindosh is important to the Duke's inner circle. The Grand Guard watches his mansion, and they'll call down the entire city if they find out who you are.
I'll make sure they don't. You said there's a wall of light cutting off access to the carriage station?
Yes, but there's a black market shop nearby. They sell on the sly. Ever use a rewiring tool?
Corvo taught me the theory.
Good. Get past the wall of light, then ride the carriage to where Jindosh lives. And there's a reason people are afraid of his mansion.
I'll get it done.
Emily, take care of this crazy man and his clockwork soldiers, then bring Sokolov back. He means a lot to me.
Greetings. I serve with discretion.
I don't know you. I'm new to Karnaca. I need a tool that can rewire a wall of light, the kind the Grand Guard uses, and I'd prefer not to explain myself.
I can help you out, but not right now. Don't even linger here. I'm supposed to get a visit from Paolo, someone you don't want to meet. Come back later.
Understood.
You should go. We can do business another time. Like I said, Paolo is coming by.
Lock it down. This won't take long. Make sure we have some privacy.
They never tell me anything. Something's going
Where
on.
am I gonna sleep
Not
tonight?
stupid.
Maybe some aristocrat's attic on a pile of old family quilts.
I need 8 new cutters. Short blades, the good stuff. Morley steel.
I know what you mean.
Do you? Because last time, you gave me some backwater foundry garbage that wouldn't hold an edge, and snapped against Grand Guard armor.
I got taken on that deal too. But I'll make it up to you, Paolo. Lop off maybe 10%?
30. Because I like you. By next week.
That's fair. I made a bad faith trade and I regret it. You'll have the cutters, I promise.
He's gone. What happened?
Welcome. What just happened?
He changed. Right at the end. Paolo's not just a gang leader.
Come in. I might have what you've been asking for. A pleasure to do business.
can see Jindosh's mansion from here. The carriage line is blocked. I'll have to unlock the gate.
Give me a handful of the Clockworks and I'll clean up the dust district. I don't know, maybe the tall boys were better. Time of the rabbit. That's changed. If the Duke has his way, we'll have an army of the Clockwork soldiers by this time next year.
The mansion has a strange beauty to it. Maybe I'll find a way to end this without killing Kirin Jindosh. All right, I need to eliminate Jindosh and find Anton Sokolov.
Welcome to my home, stranger. The door is always open to those with the will to pass the threshold. If you're here by appointment, then proceed and bide your time. Otherwise, I'd be remiss if I didn't inform you about the defensive mechanisms employed here, which are quite formidable. Many have entered without
Who would build something like this? And why?
Someone's activated one of the mechanisms in my house.
Jindosh.
My home is always open. It's one of my great curiosities, seeing how the common mind navigates these shifting rooms. I'm Kirin Jindosh, but you must know that. Hello? Anyone there?
The space behind the walls.
You skulked about for a time, but in the end, your animal curiosity got the better of you. I invite you to continue, stranger. Just come up the stairs. Meet with me face to face in the upper hall. Are you there? I can't sense your weight on the floors or the sounds of your breathing anymore, but...
Stand clear! I'm bringing up the arc pylon!
Somehow, you got beyond the inner walls of the house. You're shy, then. So be it. In the end, you'll be stretched out in my laboratory.
These inventors.
Eventually, I'll pry apart all your secrets. I'll make a study of it. Breathtaking. According to the scales beneath the floor and my acoustic sensors, you move quite quickly. I always have a use for those who seek to pilfer from my home or who wish me harm. My assessment chamber has plenty of room for new test subjects, and you'll be in good company since the infamous inventor Anton Sokolov is there now, residing comfortably, much to my amusement. You're quite close now.
It's a long way down.
I think you'll like what's coming next, stranger. The machine is experiencing uncertainty. Okay, return to routine operations. Know that your last moments, the last vision you behold, is a work of scintillating industry, the very pinnacle of invention. At last, stranger, you found me. You realize you're only the second person
Kieran Jindosh.
sophisticated laboratory in the Isles. Please, try not to damage anything you've done. Combat protocol evaded. Successful.
Goodbye, Grand Inventor. Sokolov.
Emily Caldwin? If you're here, things have gone further than I thought. But Kieran Jindosh?
Not a threat anymore.
You were an interesting little girl. You've become a fascinating woman.
Inventors. They're not like normal people. Imagine one of them as a kid. Mechanical soldiers, moving walls. Most people are happy just doing a job. One of these days, I'm leaving the city. Back to the countryside for me.
just jealous. If I want to dance, then I can... Oh.
You are a nuisance to the city. Didn't anybody tell you?
You did it. How is he?
He's frail and wounded, but he'll recover.
I didn't think it was possible. You must have a story to tell. I'll hear it back at the ship.
Let's go then. The void, but somehow different this time.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned your father into cold stone. How difficult for you. But when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were close as sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
Am I dreaming? If not, how is Delilah doing this?
But I want to come to court like Jessamine.
I told you when you're older. Perhaps next year.
You said that last year. Jessamine's younger than me, and she's a court every day.
Business, well, it's complicated. You'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
Jessamine and I played games in the tower, but at night I'd go back to the servants' quarters to cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me who did?
We were just playing.
Young Lady Jessamine. What is your account?
It was her. Delilah's life. She broke it.
Mother and I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bedsheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
Her sentence is served and she'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
It's hard to know whether my dear old aunt is telling the truth or not.
I'm with you, even in the void. If only I could do more.
Mother? That wasn't a dream, was it?
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
No. She's the one who orchestrated the coup.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end soon.
Anton, when I brought you back, you could barely speak. But it's been 3 days.
They tortured him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne, and my father is missing. This is Anton Sokolov, the greatest mind in the Empire.
No, Emily. Megan is right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Serkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge, but I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor, Brianna Ashworth.
She's the curator of the Royal Conservatory.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous, as obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the Oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to.
There's a spark in your eyes. Something other than hate, which surprises me given all that's happened. Maybe I should begin a series of bloodfly-related sketches. Infested corpses and the like. I've never paid a visit to the Royal Conservatory, but allegedly it has a number of unique pieces.
For a man of his age, Sokolov's making better progress than I would have expected.
Good to see you're still with us. Thank you for helping, Anton.
Sokolov's not the only one making a rapid recovery. I'll be good enough to leave soon. There's a lot to do. Of course, unless the Duke falls, he'll undo my best efforts here.
Then we'll have to make sure Duke Luca Abel doesn't overstay his welcome.
Karnaca's key leaders are flawed, for certain. After all this is settled with the Duke, and the time of the coup has passed, whichever ones are left standing could change things here. Consider that, as you come face to face with the Duke's remaining associates.
I appreciate your thoughts on the matter, Alexandria.
If I don't see you again, you've got my ongoing gratitude.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
There'll be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to Delilah. Which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaca has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
From the Colomar Furniture Workshop. How long do we have to wait? As long as it takes. We'll be picking up balusters and spindles in the circle.
technical officer came by and said it was fine. He looked at the wall of light, then climbed up to check the windmill. All good. Why?
Yesterday, the wind picked up so hard I thought the window...
When she is not needed, this one travels to Freyport to torture the blind father she left behind. She boxed her tiny daughter's ears so hard.
I always meant
The doctor said the girl would never hear again.
Chris, where am I going to get that? Maybe the incantation will
Did anyone ever find out what happened to Pearlton and Lieutenant Colbers?
They probably ran off, you ask me. Must have had a thing for each other.
No, she went missing a day before he did. And someone found an officer in the gutter. I think something else happened. Maybe they went inside the conservatory.
Melinda, you look great. Enrico said to give you his regards.
That donkey-faced cretin can open his wrists for all I care. Did you bring me something? The silver cigarette case, like we agreed?
No, listen. I can't go on doing this, stealing for you. I'll lose my job.
Do you want to be a servant all your life? You're always talking about leaving Karnaca on a big white boat, never to come back. You spend your days polishing silver cutlery. Come with me, Beatrix. Let's leave.
Could we really get passage on a ship? What if they find us?
You know I'll protect you, just like when we were kids.
I'll think about it. I promise.
Brothers and sisters of my blood, and all the little people who make this great city turn to the lost. This is the Duke. You must all know my voice by now. A new Empress sits on the throne in Dunwall. Our rightful ruler.
Is it the fountain? Yeah, the water gets nasty sometimes. It flows from the fountain to the conservatory basement. There was work being done.
Claim to the throne.
The Royal Conservatory. What do those walls hide?
Wicked ladies and hunters of slithering things in the hours before dawn. Former milkmaids and magistrates, come before me and bow, for I am Delilah, your queen.
Also Delilah, the moon is over the lake like a blanket.
The conservatory. I wanted to visit this place with Wyman.
Miranda's too busy with the community to be bothered. She's got her mind on the system of the oracular order.
Yes, because otherwise the Abbey will see us all black. I could ask Brianna to make an effigy of
Skin and bone.
What would you and Father advise if you were both here? Sometimes I dream we're all together again.
Brianna, how did Jindosh die? Someone got inside that strange house of his.
I don't know, Delilah. Forgive me.
No, my dear, it's a loss, but I doubt he had anything more to give us.
Sokolov was taken away as well.
Who would want that ancient fool? Never mind. How goes the communion? I am hungry to whisper into the ears of the oracular sisters.
My influence grows. Last night, I walked through a dream with one of them, and we drank from a fountain in the town where she was born.
Ashworth is influencing the oracular order.
His business with Jindosh won't affect things. No. He continued to tinker with the lenses. Thicker, thinner, more opaque. It was tiresome to watch. I still have the old lenses and cast-off parts piled in my workshop, but Jindosh finished some time ago. The rest is up to me, learning to use the machine. A tricky thing, touching the void through such a device.
Blood and biscuits. I look forward to using it myself once you're ready.
Will you visit soon?
Perhaps. Dunwall Tower is mostly in hand. The High Overseer won't be a problem anymore. And there's the matter of my own project. I grow more excited with each brushstroke. When I come to Karnaca, we'll drink an ocean of good wine and stay tight as a boiled owl.
I look forward to it.
For now, I need your eyes on the Duke. At least until we have the sisters under control. There's no one else I trust. I'll reach out to you again on the morrow. Farewell.
Goodbye, Delilah, my Empress.
6, 3.
It seems rather rude to die here, whoever you were.
Ashworth's journal might tell me more about why Delilah can't be killed.
Delilah, I bested the infamous Royal Conservatory and ousted his brat.
The smell, the constant noise. At least they keep the curious away.
Our mistress likes them where they are, so you'll have to tolerate them.
Sister?
After Delilah fell to the assassin Dowd, her magic was lost, and the coven scattered. I made a new life in Karnaca. Then I heard her whispering from the void, leading me to the Duke, who heard those same whispers. Together we worked to bring Delilah back into the world, changing the Empire from the home of Aramis Stilton 3 years ago. Across the Isles, all of us who'd been with her at Brigmore and before, we felt the magic return. Others joined. New faces, new blood. Now, Delilah is immortal. Forever. She holds Dunwall, and we've turned to corrupting the oracular order. The Overseers take guidance from their prophetic sisters, and soon we'll influence their dreams and visions.
stop until he has turned every bit of this land's silver into shiny coins. I asked him to double the number of mine workers, and he did it. No questions, no complaints. Needed miners, and he produced them. Out of thin air. That's the Zirconian Spirit. That's what we need.
How many more hours of this? If I had a timepiece, I'd know. I'm gonna guess, what, 3? Yeah, about...
So it's done.
Ashworth won't be a problem anymore.
Good. But Emily, there's something else. Back when I lived in Dunwall, I did things that I'm not proud of.
Isn't that a requirement for citizenship?
What I've got to say is not a joke. I knew Delilah and Ashworth. Bought into their bullshit. Which led me down a bad road. To be honest, before all this, I thought Delilah dead. I don't want to get into it right now. But I felt like you should know. There are things I regret.
All right, Megan. Thank you for opening up. If only a little.
I'm starting to feel like you deserve it. Are you ready to leave now?
Yes. Let's go. Take me back to the Dreadful Whale.
Another step toward the Duke of Serkonos and Delilah.
Several years, Delilah's been here, getting stronger, turning people against me. Why didn't I see it coming? What was I doing during that time? Pretending to listen at court, ruling through an army of bureaucrats, waiting for the next chance to get free of Dunwall Tower. Well, now I'm free. If only I could go back. Aramis Stilton was once an ally of the Duke, the owner of Karnaca's mines. Stilton lived in a fortified bunker at the heart of the Dust District. No one's seen him for years, since around the time Delilah started making her moves. But whether Stilton's alive or dead, his home holds the key to Delilah's immortality.
I worry about making us out in this city, but I'll explain.
I need to know why Delilah can't be killed. Everything we've learned implies that something strange happened at Aramis Stilton's home 3 years ago, but then he disappeared.
Stilton lived in a bunker kept secure by a fancy lock made by Jindosh. Maybe inside you'll learn more about how to stop Delilah.
But I have to get there first. Through a ruin created by the Duke, where my father grew up.
Megan had an intriguing idea. Paolo is leader of the Howlers. He wants Vice Overseer Byrne killed, and of course, Byrne wants Paolo dead too. Both groups will attack you on sight, but walk in with the corpse of their chief enemy, and they'll treat you like family.
You think they'll help me get into Aramis Stilton's home?
I'm pretty sure that will work.
Seeing this place and these people, I can feel my perspective changing. How will I be different after this? Paolo's not that old, but there's so much living written into the lines of his face. The Vice Overseer for Karnaca, Liam Byrne. Aramis Stilton's home looks more like a bunker than a mansion.
My mind is finally clearing. Now I can return to my work here, helping those who need it the most. What can I say about what you've done for me? Saved me from madness and, worse, from giving in to a life of sadistic brutality. How could I ever repay you for that? Given who you are and what you're in Karnaca to do, I can only say good luck. The city, the country, the empire, everyone is counting on you. I'll send something special for you, by way of courier. I hope it helps.
Ready now?
Ready.
We'll take Megan's skiff closer.
Who was the man I'm after? Aramis Stilton?
An ally to the old Duke, loyal and smart. Stilton helped build modern Karnaca with those silver mines. Started as a miner and worked his way up until he was a prince of industry. But now the new Duke drives the mine crews night and day. Dust falls non-stop onto the district. What was once prosperous is now in ruins.
I suppose the Duke doesn't care, as long as he sips from silver cups.
And what are the cups at Dunwall Tower made from, Empress? In any case, you'll have to pass through the Dust District to reach Stilton's home. Maybe he's still in there, or maybe he's dead. Find Megan once you reach the Dust District. She'll tell you more. I'll wait here with the skiff and take you back to the dreadful whale after you finish.
Anton Sokolov, painter, inventor, and philanderer, famous throughout the Isles, loyal only to himself.
Seems odd that none of our squads patrol through the Dust District anymore.
Orders from the Duke. We're losing too many people. Good soldiers stuck out here.
Tired of cleaning silver dust out of my ears.
Or dragged down by the Abbey's hounds. One young lieutenant got hit by an overseer grenade.
Dust from the mines.
Hello, Emily. Stilton's home is just beyond here. But getting inside will take some effort. I've been doing reconnaissance. Talking to people. The Overseers and the Howlers have divided up the district. Just ahead is neutral territory where no one will harass you. But further on, the Howlers and the Overseers both have boundaries set up. And beyond those points, they'll attack you on sight.
Aramis Stilton is the real goal. Sokolov said you had an idea.
Yes. I believe that if you take out Paolo or Vice Overseer Byrne, the other one will grant you safe passage, and will help you get inside Stilton's home. Neutralize either one of them, and bring him to the other.
What else do you know that might help me?
Byrne is protected by the Overseers. Paolo has the Howlers, but I think he's also got some kind of black magic charm. They say he's got to die twice before the sun sets, or he can't be killed. Good luck with that.
The old Duke pinned a medal on my father and sent him off to Dunwall.
Been told that people are complaining about dust from the mines falling on the city. Yes, war is expensive.
Give me a handout. There's no way out of this hole I'm in.
Find another way, brother. This path is barred to traffic.
I can't believe this. I've lived in this district for most of my life.
If you believe this to be an inconvenience, weigh it against losing your life to one of the Howlers.
Please stop!
Now
Begging
go.
won't change anything. You stand accused of actions forbidden by the teachings of the Abbey of the Everyman. Given that each crime was witnessed or later verified by sworn and faithful overseers. Am I seeing things? What's going on? What was that?
The Vice Overseer hasn't shared his plans with me. He's upstairs now, so I assume we'll learn something before long.
I'd wager it'll all be over soon. I'm surprised it's taken us this long to deal with a mob of ruffians.
You know what the strictures say about wagering, brother. The Howlers are merciless, and Paolo carried the outsider's blessing. Some talent.
Am I being presumptuous? Hoping to cross paths with that monstrous.
Go check, brother.
Right away.
Looky, the Vice Overseer himself.
Good work. Vern was a tough prick.
That's Vern. I've been trying to bring Burn down for months. You did what others couldn't.
And now you own me, Paolo.
We've been at war with the Abbey, not just over territory, but over the people of Karnaca as well. This is my home. And I'm going to send Burn to Dunwall in a box to explain things to the High Overseer and the Empress herself. Bet you didn't see this coming, Vice Overseer. Now, what is it you want?
I need to get inside Aramis Stilton's house.
You're intriguing, and maybe more dangerous than most who darken my doorway.
I advise you to remember it.
Here's what you'll need to enter the house.
If you do have a hand in what comes next in Karnaca, I really hope you acquit yourself better than the Duke has.
You can count on that, friend. The Duke's a worthless buffoon. Get this guy out of here. The Duke, the Abbey, the Empress in Dunwall. None of them know what's best for Karnaca.
But you do.
Maybe you don't understand how things work down here. Things are changing. And if I have my way, I'll be guiding the course of the city for a long time to come.
That might be less fun than you imagine. This must be Paolo's place.
If you wanted a bath, you could just go for a swim. Now the canal smells like piss and dust.
What?
Paolo had a mummified hand? Vera More. I remember that name.
Never mind. Maybe another time.
Or not. Let's go.
It worked. The information was correct. That's strange. I feel drained by this place. Something is wrong here. Even the air feels off.
I know you think I don't belong here. Insufferable elitist.
Could that be Stilton?
In and out, like the wind. I think they're afraid. Yo?
Aramis Stilton?
Warm the quilts, will you? I feel...
3 years ago, something inside Aramis Stilton snapped like a cheap lock. A part of him and a part of this house never left that evening. The Duke's inner circle are still gathered here, setting their grand plan into motion. Delilah's plan. And a part of Aramis Stilton is always here, still breaking. The Void is not exactly a place, and it's much older and stranger than you could ever know. It watches you from within. And at the heart of Stilton's house, the Void is leaking through a pinprick left behind by Delilah's little trick. Even magic is perverted here, and things don't work like they should. Take this. Imagine it's a kind of timepiece. Go and watch the Duke and Delilah. See for yourself what they did.
Like it.
Fight the Void.
Your guests are waiting in the study. The Duke is demanding refreshments, and I can't get in without the combination.
There's a note on the door, Captain Winterbond.
What? He's out back. I need the code to the study.
It's in his notebook, ma'am, but he keeps it with him.
Thank you, Corporal. Speaking bluntly, I really don't like Stilton's guests. Earlier, I got my ass chewed out by the Royal Curator. What's her name?
You're talking about Brianna Ashworth, I believe.
Yes, that's her. She's an odd one. Anyway, keep up the good work.
Thank you, Captain.
Stilton's home was quite nice before whatever happened.
Stilton even bothered trying to impress people like the Duke and that curator. He's better than they'll ever be.
Staring at nothing.
I don't think the Duke and Stilton are on good terms.
Today feels...
Your request and agree that dinner time cannot come quickly enough.
Told him he wouldn't last
we
a
are
day.
still on duty.
Poor kid.
I will get back to you.
Why do I always have
I always get these shifts. I bet a week's wages. This is the worst assignment.
It's not so bad. As long as you're Grand Guard. I'd hate to be anybody else right now. Isn't it dinner time yet? A man could starve on this shift. Ugh, filthy air. Disgusting. Can't be good for you. Anyone here? Show yourself!
All this talk of the void.
This is to keep you from seeing whatever drove you into a nightmare tonight.
She could be reading the letter right now.
By rendering Stilton unconscious, I changed the past. But how?
Do anything. You better run. We don't want you.
What hurts more, my feet or my neck? They're running me into an early grave. People don't hide their face.
You up for a dinner later?
I wonder how much time I have before Mr. Stilton returns home. I want to beat out the rugs, but the dust makes him cough.
Too many years in the same lines. But go ahead, he won't be back until very late tonight. He's throwing a favor for one of the miners.
I can't hear anything. It'd be easier if we could open the door and get closer. You sure the combination you saw doesn't work?
I got a glimpse of Stilton's notebook last month, but he must have changed the combination since then.
Damn. What are they doing?
Come on, someone could show up any minute.
Stop crying. For once, something interesting is happening. If a bunch of drunk aristocrats are having an orgy, I don't want to miss it.
I bet it's a seance, with spirit boards and candles. Stilton invited that eccentric lady from the Royal Conservatory, Brianna Ashworth.
Shit, I heard something. Move.
This shirt reeks. I gotta get a spare uniform.
Man was selling venison from a street cart without a permit. His squad ate well for a week.
Entire ship. Why would he say that?
Some of the medals he wears were stolen from the chest of a dead companion.
I do think the officer should get extra rations. We work harder, and we come from better
If
families.
it knows any other secrets, they are hidden from me.
Once was a man from Old Dunwall. His gospel was as wee as a child. He tugged on it nightly, and ever so slightly, it grew to be large as a narwhal.
Maybe I ought to try one of those sleeping tinctures. They can be kind of
Air feels heavy. Hard to get a good lungful.
Huh? Where did you go?
Hungry. Might be time to spring for fish kill.
Things seem to be the worst here. The two times are overlapping now somehow.
It's time to begin. Where's Stilton? I should never have kept him on just because he and my father were close.
What we're about to attempt has never been done. It's beyond my understanding, and certainly beyond yours. If anyone has any doubts, set them aside now.
This defies rational understanding. It's the frayed edge where natural philosophy crosses over into something else.
Yes, I can feel it. We risk madness.
All of you, Delilah is your rightful Empress. You owe her this.
Delilah's stronger than before. The Duke and I have heard her voice, whispering to us. And now it's time. So take your positions. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended. Do it now!
Here, returned from the cold, from forever.
She lives.
How curious. It seems to have worked.
My spirit is safe now, inside this thing. Luca, you must lock it away.
I thought we'd lost you.
Brianna, Luca, I will never abandon you. Wait! You are hidden, but I know who you are. I know when you are. You've come to watch me return, and someday I'll come for you.
I'm going to concentrate on my duties. I'm no hero.
Hey, aren't you working in... We don't want you here.
Very edges of the void. But this one is special. It's the place where my throat was cut 4,000 years ago. This is where my life ended, and where it began again. It's where they made me.
This part of the void feels older.
Right up until the end, I thought I'd find a way to escape. I fought, but the rooms only cut my skin, so I went limp. And then the knife touched my throat, and I knew I'd waited too long. The blood ran out, and I became a god. Now you know Delilah's secret. At the end of her days, she drifted through the void and should have been lost forever. But her will and cunning are second to none. She found this place, the island in the void where I became what I am. It changed her, and she discovered a way to draw from it, tapping into the power here. Delilah is a part of me now, and I don't like it. You have to give Delilah credit. She tore out a piece of herself and hid it away, inside a thing made of bones. She's made herself immortal. If you want to kill Delilah, you're going to have to find her spirit and give it back to her. Reaching it won't be easy, but what comes after that might be the hardest thing you will ever have to do.
The world contains more mysteries than I imagined. Now to meet up with Sokolov again at the skiff, after a very strange day.
Why'd they slow down flow 4? Did Marco say?
Apparently they did approval for the new ventilation shafts. It'll mark a real victory. More...
Lucia Pastor, right? You deserve thanks for helping the people here.
Considering who you are, I don't know whether to feel honored that you recognize me, or to yell at you for propping up the Duke while he's shitting all over Serkonos.
And who do you think I am?
I'm not stupid. Whether the newspapers and the posters in the street are right or wrong, I know who you are. And I hope you're here to end Luca Abella's tyranny. Either way, we haven't been sitting around waiting for you to clean up your mess.
Sounds like you have a plan.
No, nothing that solid. Not yet. But I believe the Duke will fall, eventually. All I can say is that when you reach the Grand Palace, just be aware that not everyone there is your enemy. Trust your judgment.
All right. I'll remember that.
Anyway, good luck. There's still a chance to make something new here in Karnaca. Something that serves everyone, not just some rapacious bastard with a title.
Stilton agreed to a meeting with the woman heading up the family.
Maybe no one else will even notice. But things have changed here. For the better.
It's like the Duke will keep taking, consuming until...
You're back. That was quick. Sorry I couldn't take you to see Stilton myself. But I guess you found the place. Years back, Stilton was always quiet about the Duke. I never figured out just why.
Are you ready to leave? The dust is wreaking havoc on my throat.
Yes. I paid a visit to Byrne and Paolo. At least I think I did. And I've been to Aramis Stilton's house. Duke Luca Abel tore down the original palace in Karnaca, his birthplace, in order to build a lavish structure that cost enough to feed everyone in Serkonos for years. It's said to be a sprawling estate to humble all others, a monument to his ego and sense of princely entitlement. But whatever the Duke has done to his nation happened while I was Empress. In Dunwall, we were content to look the other way as long as the silver kept flowing. I've got to get inside the Grand Palace, deal with the Duke, and find a way to steal Delilah's soul.
Can you feel it? This is my last night. Soon, I'll dissolve into the great nothing.
You should be at peace.
I've stayed too long. Find Delilah's spirit. Trap her with this cage of dead flesh. Set me free.
I don't understand.
You will, very soon.
Boss, living in a palace and sucking the marrow out of the same people who built it.
Yes. I regret my affiliation with the young Duke, but his father and I were close. It was my hope that Luca would eventually grow up and learn that his actions as ruler of Serkonos have very real consequences.
He could always count on the backing of Dunwall's finances and navy. Maybe without that, he would have developed a healthy respect for the people of Serkonos. Fear of the executioner's block has been a fine motivator for many a ruler.
Once the Duke falls, it's my hope that we can build something better here. Something more representative and inclusive.
Are you ready for this? I've been inside a dozen castles and 100 mansions, and they're the same everywhere. The Duke's palace can't be anything worse than Lady Brisby's social afternoons.
Getting inside might not be the hard part. The Duke doesn't exactly run a tight ship.
Taking down Duke Abel is only part of the puzzle. You've also got to find whatever it is he's keeping for Delilah.
You were cryptic about what you gleaned from visiting the Dust District, which is fine. The world is better with a hint of mystery. But once you're inside the Grand Palace, whatever you do could affect things in Karnaca for years to come. Remember that.
I've got a map of the Grand Palace for you, and I know something that may be useful. There's a hidden lever in the pantry that opens a passage to the Duke's vault. If he's keeping anything precious for Delilah, I suspect that's where it'll be. Beyond that, good hunting.
I'll see what I can do. I know things in Karnaca are fragile, and I've got a lot to think about after all this is done.
It's not widely known, but the Duke has a body double. The man is the spitting image of Luca. A likable fellow, and quite humble. I've no idea where they found him, but the Duke's double has spent years passing for the Duke.
Should we head toward the palace?
All right, let's go.
At the palace, the Duke has a lookalike body double, meant to confuse assassins. A friend of mine washes the linens and said the double is a smoker, if that helps. Maybe you can talk to him. She says he's a nice guy. What a shitty job, pretending to be a tyrant like Duke Luca Abel.
It's remarkable that people tolerate the Duke.
He's got an army, control of the mines, and he's had your support from the capital. At the Duke's parties, people carve up the country while eating boiled crab.
There were parties like that in Dunwall, full of toadies sucking up to me, stabbing each other in the back.
Poor Empress. I could see those party lights from the roof of the abandoned butcher shop where I slept, in the flooded district.
I know you grew up hard, Megan. I used to wander Dunwall with my face hidden. But when I got tired of it, I could always go back to the tower. Karnaca's given me perspective.
Good. After you've eliminated the Duke, find what he's holding for Delilah and take it. When you're finished, I'll pick you up in the skiff.
Help me if you can. You're a good one. See you sometime.
Just have to finish my shift, and I can go home.
There's no such permit, Captain. I know the laws in Karnaca.
Laws change. The Duke's given the Grand Guard leeway to create new fees when needed. You know who else had a nice shop? That clockmaker.
Serafina? Her shop burned down.
Yeah, my report said it was probably the Howlers. But no one knows how the fire started.
Captain, her brother died in that fire.
Asleep inside, drunk from what I remember. You've got until tomorrow to pay up.
Wouldn't miss that.
Time? No.
I'll get the cigars tomorrow. Want to buy one?
This district.
Yeah, there's this old lady I helped with.
I'm bored.
I just got the answer about my relocation denied. Don't want my kids growing up.
Reapply next month.
feel her presence.
The palace. Maybe I can find another way to neutralize the Duke.
No, not at all. But how do you know which one is the Duke? I don't know where they found that guy with the political decoy job, but he looks and acts just like the Duke. I can't tell them apart.
There are subtle differences.
All right. Assuming you can pick out Duke Luca, how are we gonna get his key?
You leave that to me. Who knows what he's got in that vault? We'll be halfway to Bristol, and rich before he's nursing the next station.
Quarters tonight?
Nope. As long as it's not me, I don't care. It's never any fun.
I'm sure it's worse, the Duke or his body double. One's half likely to have
Don't look so disappointed. It's not about merit. The inner circle is packed with the Duke's pets.
Look, Spittles. At least I'm not one of them.
Did you say you could hit him in the head? Or that you could avoid hitting him?
No idea. Too drunk to remember. Anyway, it's not moving. So maybe I...
Delilah Copperspoon. Let's see what Duca Bell keeps hidden away in here.
Whoa. What was that?
I'll have a look over there.
Sure.
The paperwork tires his eyes, but he reads it all. After his duties are done, he'll enjoy a quiet moment on the balcony with a cigar.
What would I decree if I had his power? Could I fix things in Karnaca?
It seems the Duke has some of the Jindosh Clockwork soldiers.
Sometimes a man just needs time by himself. My responsibility on me.
No offer to bow or kiss my hand?
I could say the same.
A mystery. Let's have it then. Who are you and what do you want?
Luca Abel, it's time to pay for your crimes. Bleeding your nation dry. All the corruption and the coup against your rightful Empress.
I assure you, there is only one true Empress in my heart. and her name is Delilah.
You're a disgrace to your country, Duke of Bell. I bet this opens the Duke's vault.
Why do I always have to be right? Working for the Dukes now.
This must be the Duke's vault.
This is it. You must release me from this dead vessel. Only then you'll be able to trap Delilah's spirit.
I don't know how I can do this. You were all I ever wanted.
I stayed as long as I could, trying to guide you. The world is better for your influence.
Be at peace, Mother. I will honor you, always.
I love you. And this is the final thought I carry into my past.
So it's done. Now to take Delilah's soul back to Dunwall.
The heart of my half-sister? Only her flesh remains.
Maybe Delilah's spirit was holding it together.
Jessamine is gone at last, faded into nothing. The reward is peace.
After the final field test.
There. Now to wait.
You survived the Grand Palace. So, is that it? The fall of Karnaca?
Duke of Bell is dead. Long live whatever comes next.
Back to the dreadful whale, then, and on toward Dunwall.
Yes, at long last. To take back the throne and find a way to save my father.
Ready, then?
Take me back to the ship.
All right. As you want.
I grew up with this broken skyline. The muted colors and the way the light falls. It's Dunwall, but it's not. Have I changed, or does everything just look different when you're not wearing a crown? Whatever grand scheme you've got underway now, Delilah, you were smart when you stole this place from me. You knew who among my people to corrupt, and you took away my strongest ally, my father. But you didn't know me. You only saw a sheltered princess. You never thought I'd fight back. You don't know me, Delilah, but you will.
Remarkable what Delilah's accomplished, coming from such a background, taking the throne. You know where to go to find Delilah, but how will you handle her? It's my hope that you have some sort of plan.
It could be tricky. She might not give me any choice but to fight. And Delilah deserves whatever she gets.
At my age, I've come to distrust words like deserve. As I've told you, I knew her long ago. Badly wounded, deep at her center, but cunning, and looking for a way to pull herself up. Perhaps more than anything, Delilah had a talent for imagining the world as a better place. If only that could have been channeled towards something less twisted.
It's probably too late to dwell on regrets.
Yes, you're right. In any case, please watch yourself. I've come to care a great deal about you.
Goodbye, Anton. Megan.
People have called me that for a long time, but it's a lie. My name is Billy Lurk.
Everyone's full of secrets. Why do I feel like you've got more to say?
Yeah. I can't believe I'm telling you this, but you deserve the truth. I'll just say it. 15 years ago, I ran with a mercenary gang. We got paid to kill people. Some who deserved it, some who didn't. The boss pulled me up from the Dunwall slums when I had nothing and had run out of rope. This is hard to admit.
Whatever it is, spit it out.
Our leader was the assassin Dowd, and I was part of the crew. Our last big job together, we were paid to...
You helped Dowd kill my mother?
Yes. I don't know what else to say. I've lived a very long time wishing I could take that day back, but I can't.
I can't ever forgive you for what you did. But suffering has a way of twisting people. You're a different woman today than you were then.
Yeah. We've all been hurt. But not all of us did what I did. Or became what Delilah became. I know you'll never get over it. But neither will I.
I hope not. Goodbye, Billy. I'm taking the skiff, and I'll go alone from here. If old Samuel could see me now.
Take me to Dunwall Tower. Bring me back to the cage of my own chest.
Oh, I will. Delilah will be made mortal again.
You let your mother slip into oblivion. Do you know where my mother's resting? In a child's coffin, her skinny legs tucked beneath her, because I couldn't afford proper burial, while my father rests in the Imperial crypt.
You're lying.
You still can't accept it, little girl. Your father was born a nobody. I inhabit your mother's heart, and my body walks the halls of your crumbling palace, and sleeps between your sheets.
If I learned anything in Karnaca, it's that birth shouldn't give anyone the right to rule. You earn it every day by serving the people who need you. Now I'm coming to end your tyranny, Delilah.
Your Majesty, you're alive. It's been almost 2 months, hasn't it?
I've been down in Karnaca trying to figure out how all this happened, with Delilah and the Duke of Serkonos.
And were you successful? Things are a mess here.
I know how to beat Delilah now. I'm going to retake my throne and find a way to help my father.
That's the best news I've heard in a long while. You'll have my support. Whatever you need, just ask.
Once it's safe, just tell the public what happened. If I come out on top, I'll invite you to Dunwall Tower to conduct an interview.
Says Delilah's up in the throne room. But a few days ago, she was spending all of her time in that bleak little...
I can use the elevator to reach Delilah up in the throne room. To restore power to the elevator, I'll have to reach the security room.
Note, remove this playback after the final field test. Playback for detection registered. Okay, the machine has detected something.
With the power on, I can take the elevator to the throne room.
Crackle, crackling, and a hum, humming. Awakening the tower machinery.
The belly rumble of machines digesting oils from the great Leviathans of the deep.
We should see who tampers with the dead metal things.
Still idling? Take this opportunity to back-charge second coil.
Why is the electricity running again? Like mice in a snake's burrow.
I adore the sound they make hitting bottom. So delicate, so fine.
The old woman we pushed off the roof cared more about these dishes than she did her own rotten bones. She begged us not to break anything else.
Oh, please, not that one. It's over 100 years old.
No, no. That belonged to Emperor Yuhorn Jacob Caldwin. It was a wedding gift.
The older it is, the more exciting to smash, I say.
Yes. Why is that, I wonder? Another mystery.
I don't like this cold light. Light from the dead machines. Huh?
Someone's burning whale oil again. Curious. What's the stink no less?
You will take me back and die at my hands.
Never existed. What has Delilah done to my throne?
My spirit returns.
To the canvas, and I will show you my vision.
Father? So this is the world she dreams about.
Why shouldn't my people love their Empress? My effigies fight.
You caused too much suffering to live, Delilah.
happened?
Let's sit down. I'll explain it all.
With the fall of Luca Abel, the Duke's line ended, and there was only one man suited for the Grand Palace. Rising up from nothing, he'd served the Empire with distinction. Duke Corvo Attano, the first of his line. In Dunwall, with the death of Delilah Copperspoon, her coven lost its power, and their short-lived coup came to an end. The rightful Empress returned to the throne and began extinguishing the fires across her city. So it was that Emily the Just, Emily the Clever, would fulfill her destiny, ruling for decades over a mended empire, with Corvo Attano's support from the south. In his day, Anton Sokolov fired the engines of industry, hurtling the empire into a more sophisticated age. He dallied with nobles, wayward artists, and great inventors alike, drinking in all that life could offer. Leaving Dunwall for the last time, he headed to the cold north, contented at last, on a final voyage to take him home. There are things that never change, no matter how hard you try. Questions you must answer. As Megan Foster faded from the world, Billy Lurk stepped from her shadow, setting out to discover her truest self, and seeking the closest thing she'd ever known to family.
You're a monster. You traveled with me and all that time hid the fact that you helped a man murder my mother in front of me when I was 10 years old.
I figured you'd react like that. Maybe anyone would. I just wanted to tell you.
Don't come back to Dunwall, Billy. I'm taking the skiff, and I'll go alone from here. Fool my mother.
Remember, the people of the city might have endured a great deal since you were driven from Dunwall. Desperate times.
You should have told me that Megan helped Dowd kill my mother.